Now fans, at this time, if you're able, please rise for the playing of the national anthem of Iroquois. And the United States.
Hello lacrosse friends, welcome back to the World Indoor Lacrosse Championships at the Langley Events Center here in lovely Langley, British Columbia. We are in blue group action. I'm Stephen Stamp with Brandon Astle, and we will see the Iroquois Nationals wearing their whites with the sensational crests on the chest of the jerseys against the U.S. wearing their blue with the U.S. crest. And Brandon, you want to just set us up on how they got to where they are right now?
Yeah, absolutely. USA started off the tournament on Thursday with a tough 16-6 loss to Canada. They bounced back last night with a big 18-10 win versus Israel. Iroquois played just once, and that was on day number 1, 17-6 win over Israel. They had it yesterday off, so they should be relatively fresh, and this is definitely one of the marquee matchups in the blue group, Stephen. This tournament started in 2003. Iroquois has not lost a game to the United States. They are a perfect 5-0. They played each other twice in 2015, including the semis where Iroquois thumped them 17-10. All time with regard to the scoring differential, Iroquois has outscored the United States 76-50. So will we maybe see a slump buster here tonight for the U.S.? They might have a good chance as one of their best players is out of the lineup.
One of the Iroquois' best players.
Yeah,
Lyle Thompson not playing again today. They're saying he is day to day after being run over by Tim Semich in the first game. Also, Doug Jamieson is dressed. He is the backup goaltender. They only have 2 goalies on the roster, so if he's out, they only have 1 goalie. They'd have to dress one of their runners. I would guess it would be Heine Thompson. because he has played some goaltender, but he's not at the level of the other pro goalies. Warren Hill is the starter. And now at the other end, Goa Abrams has pretty much solidified himself with the way he's played in this tournament for the U.S.
And I've never been more excited for a face-off matchup. Two of the best in the business, Trevor Baptiste and Jeremy Thompson.
There's a pass in front. Kyle Jackson goes behind the back. I'm pretty stoked when it's Jake Withers and
true.
Trevor Baptiste, who probably are the two best, but Jeremy Thompson having
He's
a strong
vet.
summer.
Wily vet.
Yeah.
I like that.
Who's that? Jeremy?
Jeremy.
Yeah, he is. He's very much a rhythm and timing face-off guy. He's not the pound and grind, and that might help him with the way the face-offs are being called here. First shot of the game is the first goal of the game. That is Joe Rezaterich, who's been pretty hot. 7 goals for the U.S. Make it 8.
Yeah, he had 4 goals in the last game against Israel. He's got that's his 5th goal. He's now got 12 points. So Rezaterich's off to a hot start in this one.
Oh, I was looking at I was looking in the wrong column.
That's his 5th, and a little bouncer beating the goaltender. And
how about 15 points on 5 goals and now 10 assists for Kieran McArdle, who set up that play.
Yeah, he's definitely one to watch, wearing number 6 in blue. Clean win for Baptiste. He's now 1-1. Thompson won the opening faceoff.
Brett Manning backpedals with the ball. Willie said, he is going to head to the bench now and get the full forwards out there. The U.S. again missing a few players. There's a chance and another goal. The U.S. off to a blazing start. Adam Osika stepping in at the forward position for the second consecutive game and again proving effective.
Yeah, he's already got a goal in this tournament. Now he's got another. U.S. with 2 goals in 59 seconds. Nice setup here. Osika in the middle receives the pass and buries it between the legs of Hill. 2 shots, 2 goals. The United States couldn't ask for a better start.
And Osika, who wasn't even on the roster that the U.S. initially published, and then Ethan O'Connor got hurt. He took O'Connor's spot, and he has really stepped in. I thought he was a guy that could have been on in the first place. He's a very solid player, plays for Philadelphia. And what a start for the U.S., and you can see the jump that they've got. They're going to go after the Iroquois defense again. That pass doesn't quite connect with Gale Thorpe, and Tyson Bomberry will come up with the ball and move it ahead for the Iroquois. Tosses it up to Brandon Goodwin, the Vancouver Warrior. He was traded back to the Warriors, right?
Yeah, he was claimed by Rochester. Dan Richardson wanted him back and gave up a 3rd rounder.
It's a good deal for both teams. Better for Goodwin to be out west, I think. It's better for Vancouver to have him than Rochester. Rochester gets a pick. Good deal all around.
So Kieran McArdle, how about the start? Already 2 assists in this game, and you mentioned it. What a
59
tournament.
seconds.
What a tournament. 16 points already.
Yeah. He is coming on like gangbusters. Here's Davey Emila, throws it across far side. McArdle feeds to Blaze Reardon. Almost another one. Warren Hill just got a bit of that. He's going to want to get a few saves, start to feel more comfortable. Warren Hill's a very good goaltender. I don't think they're too worried about him. Here's a chance. Dehoga Nanticoke spinning through traffic. Nicely checked by Tim Edwards. They're going to get it to Brendan Bomberry, stepping up into the offense with Lyle Thompson out. I was wondering whether it would be Hogarth or Bomberry, and Bomberry steps up. And on the left side, Heine Thompson will actually come up and play forward. He's been mostly transition for him, but he has been a forward for much of his career.
Yeah,
here's Thorpe again. Go ahead.
Iroquois still trying to sort out some things on offense. You can tell they're missing one of their top players in Lyle Thompson. We'll see, like you said, who's going to step up and fill that void. Nobody can. It might be a...
Here's McArdle. He's going to pass it over to Rezaterich. They're moving the ball quickly. A lot of fire in the bellies of the U.S. They're going to have to roll that one back. And I mean, Lyle Thompson, great. One of the best players. Some would argue the best player on the planet. But, I mean, Randy Stotts is not far off. And I know there are people who say, hey, Randy's just as good. He is an amazing player. He'll step up on the right side, I think. And, when you can slide Brendan Bomberry up from transition, that's going to definitely help out. Kyle Jackson over to Miles Thompson. There's Randy Stotts, one of the alternate captains. Pulls back. Nice tip by Manny to get his stick on that. It's going to bounce up and out of play. It's off the U.S. Iroquois possession. Jordan Durst immediately to Kyle Jackson. They're going to go. Iroquois looking to get right back into it. They try and get it through to Heine Thompson. Can't accept the pass from Miles. The stick lost by Chris O'Doherty, and he throws his hands up, palms facing the shot. Dehoga Nanticoke fakes the shot. Reverse whip by Jackson. Oh, it's rolling onto the line. No goal. I think play had been blown down.
The ref was right there to wave it. Not a goal. Abrams catches a bit of a break there. It's still 2-0.
Had he blown the whistle? Because Brent Cologne was adamant signaling no goal, but
I don't think he did.
No, wow, that would have counted then. Great job by the defender to go pick it up just in time. McCardle feeds again. Rezataritz gets a little pick. Nice two-man defense. So that shot by Anthony Kelly, the sniper. I was talking to one of the U.S. Members of the U.S. Organization, and he was saying, yeah, what a game for Anthony Kelly. I said, hat trick. My goodness, he said, those might be the first 3 goals he's had in box lacrosse.
Yeah, he's definitely one of the more popular guys in the locker room. What a story.
Oh, what a shot by DeHogan. Antico, quick stick on the lovely feed from Cody Jamieson, and just trickles through Goa Abrams.
Yeah, Jamieson coming off a 7-assist game in their opening win on Thursday. Able to spot Nanticoke on the far side, and he's able to slip one through the wickets of Abrams. Hard pass, great finish.
Such a quick release by Cody Jamieson. He's looking fairly casual, nonchalant almost right as he walks up, and then across it comes, and there we see it, and actually off the left foot of Abrams as he comes across post to post.
So Iroquois is on the board. Nanticoke's first of the tournament. And now it's 2-1.
Yeah, it's showing 3-1 up on the board, but it is 2-1 for the U.S., the first goal for the Iroquois. Davey Emila looking to make a run. Turned back by Adam Bomberry. They're going to go up top with strong right. And Cody Radzewicz, number 57, taking an offensive shift. He's been doing that for them in the absence of Connor Kelly. Again, Kelly, Matt Rambo, and Matt Dunn all off at the PLL Championship game today. They'll be coming to join the U.S., but they are not available tonight. So that means that Osika and Radzewicz going to play in playing some offense, and Jake Lazor, the third goaltender, once again dressing as a defender, and will be the in-home, and he'll play a bit if they need him. He played last night, or their first game, and he did all right. It was last night.
Yeah, Matt Rambo as well, just to finish on that thought, scored the OT winner for the Whip Snakes as they win the first ever PLL championship. So he'll be joining his teammates here in Langley on a high.
Nice spin move by Stotts, but he just missed the net. Edwards couldn't handle it, but John Rannigan, he's just going to let the 30 expire. U.S. will take the ball. Rannigan on the outlet. Here comes Chris O'Doherty, the veteran American defender. What a tremendous NLL career he has had in Vancouver. He started his career as an American defender, and then he just became a great, solid defender. You know, because there's a shortage of American players in the NLL, and so you kind of get that tag as an American guy. And then people forgot about that pretty quickly when they saw how good he was. Tough and smart.
Absolutely, heart and soul kind of guy as well.
Stotts shot, Abrams reaching down below him, but it's in the stick.
So we got the shot count right now, 5-2 in favor of the Americans. If you're just joining us, they scored 2 quick ones right off the hop. 2 shots, 2 goals. The Iroquois with the last one, courtesy of Nanticoke. Good start for both sides.
I'm Steven Stamp with Brandon Astle. And here's a chance for Blaze Reardon, diving goal. Kind of started the dive early, gets across and just goes far side. Bangs it in off the post, 3-1 U.S.
Great 2-man game. Kieran McCardle's going to get his 3rd assist of this quarter already. Watch this, little pick and roll, finds Blaze Reardon. Not bad for a goaltender. Just diving across the crease, makes it 3-1 United States. What a start for Reggie Thorpe and his team.
Yeah, Blaze Reardon, he has been a box runner for a long time, played Junior B with the Akwesasne Indians, and went and played a little bit in the summer in the MSL with the Brampton Excelsiors. Not a whole lot, but played some games there, and was just adamant and very passionate about getting out, playing, working on his box game. Went and played in the Arena Lacrosse League and really developed it. He is an absolute fixture with the Philadelphia Wings now on their left side, and one of the best U.S. players on this team. Here's Cody Jamieson. And a little pick there. Oh, great 2-man game. Jordan Durst, and the shot stopped though by Goa Abrams.
Perfectly executed offense. Jamieson gets the pick and roll from Durst, and he's all by himself. Look between the legs. Abrams with his biggest save of the game so far.
Rezataritz takes the pass and sprints up into the offensive zone. Radzewicz, far side. McCardle, the dangerous setup man, wants a shot this time and scores! A goal and 3 assists for Kieran McCardle. It's 4-1 U.S. And there's a bit of stunned silence in this crowd, which is largely Iroquois partisan.
Unbelievable start for McCardle. His new head coach, Reggie Thorpe from the New York Riptide, He's going to join his squad this year as he claimed him in the expansion draft, and he's got to love what he's seeing from McCardle, not in just this game, this tournament. He's already got 4 points, like he said, Stephen. And yeah, he can shoot as well. What a shot.
Yeah. And actually, I'm looking at it now, and it's probably about evenly split, I would say, U.S. and Iroquois fans. Our route down to talk to the teams beforehand to get any information is through the left side of the arena, which was all Iroquois fans. And then the U.S. fans are off to our right, so had to double check. Anyway, Kyle Jackson with it. Iroquois will try and get things rolling. They won't panic. Rich Kilgore, the head coach, is a very calm guy. Randy Stotts shovels it up to Miles Thompson. Hogarth up front. He gets a shot stopped by Abrams, grabbed by the captain, Joel White. White looked up floor, takes a short pass to Busick instead. And he shoots it, and I can't quite figure out why he took that shot. But they get it back.
Must have saw something we didn't.
Yeah, that seemed like an odd one, but Resetarits over to Reardon. There's McCardle again. He is the man on fire, but that pass is too low, and it's going to be grabbed by Jeremy Thompson. Nice pass ahead to Ty Logan, a late addition to this club. Had a strong President's Cup with the Capital Region Axeman that may have been, I guess he was in the mix for this club, but he was signed to an NLL contract as well. New England Black Wolves inking him.
Abrams off to a pretty good start. Cool, calm, collected save a couple times now on Jordan Durston. He's faced 6 shots. Only one has beaten him. We're halfway through this opening quarter, and it's all U.S. Iroquois faithful. A little bit stunned, like you mentioned earlier.
Radzowitz gives it off, and then the quick pass from Osiko's out again. Hard shot by Resetarits, and that one missed the top of the net. It comes back to Resetarits. Great positioning there by Brandon Goodwin. And then Resetarits steps on the crease. Goodwin took away any dunk attempt. You could see Resetarits thinking about it.
Yeah, we mentioned McCardle off to a hot start quietly. Resetarits with 4 points already as well. He's up to 15 in the tournament. 5 goals, 10 assists.
Briar Jonathan, number 17, stays up for an offensive shift and sets a pick for Jackson. Looking for the roll pass as he popped up top. There's Miles Thompson. Pick from DeHogan Anacok, whose helmet is ripped off. That's going to be a penalty to Connor Busak, and a fairly obvious one.
I was wondering when our first penalty is going to come. It's been a while, and it's going to be an American call, like you said there, Stephen, as Thompson got his helmet ripped off.
Yeah, it's DeHogan Anacok.
Yeah.
Wait. Oh, I thought Nanticoke was going to the box.
It looked like it. And he might be, actually. He just needs to get his helmet fixed, I think.
Oh, he is. Okay, so he must have started something or responded. I don't know. But normally they don't let you go to the penalty box without all your gear, but because it's matching penalties and they'll come out at the same time on a stoppage, I guess they're going to let him go in. And they've got to fix that helmet because he cannot put a regular helmet on. He has to have those specially made helmets because his head's just very large.
So he'll sit in the box for 2 minutes, and we're going to remain 5 on 5.
Or more. Probably more.
Yeah.
Obviously, because we stay 5 on 5, you got to wait for a dead ball. Oh, and a quick finish by Cody Jamieson.
What a pass from Miles Thompson, Stephen. Spotting a streaking Jamieson coming off a 10-point game on Thursday. He's been doing this his entire career. Look at the vision by Thompson, spotting Jamieson, who got away from White. Makes no mistake, and they're within 2 again. Is he one of the best players of this past decade, Stephen?
Cody Jamieson?
Yeah.
Yes. No question.
Like the surefire lock, would you say?
Oh, he's up there. I mean, I wouldn't put him at number 1, but he's not far off, and I know people that would. I mean, he's a brilliant player, and he's such an amazing leader. And honestly, his performance in 2016 when he came off a destroyed knee, sat out the first 3 games of the MSL Finals. The Six Nations Chiefs went down 3-0 to the Peterborough Lakers. He came back. He told Rich Kilgore for Game 4, I'm playing, even though he shouldn't have been, and willed them to a win. Here's Reardon, can't get the pass. It was otherworldly watching that. And then they go to the Mann Cup against the Maple Ridge Burrards, hosting it in Six Nations, and he sat out the first couple of games. As soon as they lost one, he walked over to Rich Kilgore and said, you have to sit. I know you're in. And he was wearing a knee brace that could almost walk itself. And he was hobbling, but one of the greatest performances I've ever seen in any sport by an athlete. Randy Stotts is taking it. Oh, and there's a penalty as he slashes O'Doherty. He didn't like being submarined, so he swings the stick, slashes to the leg. And I think Stotts is going to get the only one, and he can't believe it.
Yeah, Josh Hilton and his crew making the right call here. Hilt's working with Andrew Ecclestone and Brent Colombe, and that was just the retaliatory penalty right there. Slash to the legs, that's easy.
Now, I'm a little surprised O'Doherty didn't get one for coming back at him. I don't blame him. I mean, if I get slashed in the leg, I'm coming back. And I don't think the initial submarine was really intentional by O'Doherty, but Stotts can't really see that from his position. He just knows a guy rolls under his legs, which is, you know, if it's done intentionally, it's a dirty play. I don't think it was intentional.
And O'Doherty missed an entire season last year with the Warriors due to a lower body injury, so you know he took exception to that, and he's lucky he's not in the box.
Power play, trying to add to their 4-2 lead on the U.S. Adam Bomberry comes away with it. He rumbles up the floor. Nice pass ahead. Gets to Kaysen Tarbell. Too many men call coming to the U.S. So Warren Hill sprints to the bench, and the Iroquois are going to get an extra attacker out. Go 6-on-5. Heine Thompson waits patiently along the boards. Gets it back from Jackson. Gets a pick. Far side. Brendan Bomberry whips it across to Jamieson, who just missed that one. It's up into play. And Iroquois, I don't know whether it touched the goalie or not. It doesn't matter because they'll get the ball with the power play coming. Yeah,
so the Americans' man advantage lasts just 40 seconds. We'll go 4-on-4 for the next minute 20. And USA came in with a pretty hot power play with a 46% clip. And the player serving looks like, what's the number there?
It's number 2, Jake Lazor, the in-home.
That's right.
Yeah.
Sorry, my mistake. They didn't defense.
Yeah. As we said, he did it in the first game, or in their last game with the numbers short. Here's Jamieson. And my mistake before, of course, they pulled the goalie to go 5-on-5, and now we're 4-on-4. Oh, nice little reach shot by Bomberry, but Abrams gets just enough. A diving effort by Jamieson. Get it out to Jackson. Miles Thompson working hard in the middle. Bomberry, the recipient of it. The beneficiary of it, I should say, as he buries that one from the top.
That's all Cody Jamieson. He made that play happen. He's got a lot of mileage on those knees, but you wouldn't know it there. He's selling out to get that loose ball, gets it back, and sets up Brendan Bomberry for a bomb. What an effort by Jamieson. A couple of points now in this quarter, and not much Abrams could do there. Just a great shot over the left shoulder.
And you were asking before the game, we were just discussing the NLL-sized nets, or the international rules being 4 feet by 4'9", rather than the 4x4'6" that these guys are used to in summer lacrosse. And that 3 inches makes a huge difference. That's a ball and a bit width, and that's where goalies can feel like they've got it covered, and there's just that width of the ball available. And Bomberry put it in about exactly that amount of space. Jackson, still 4-on-4. Durston, little fake, finds Jackson on his offside, passes it through. Bomberry wants to go reverse underhand whip, couldn't get it there, and then Durston has it go up and out away from him. Shot clock about to expire. Heine Thompson won't have time.
So the big guns for both sides have stepped up already in this game. It's 4-3 for the Americans. McCardle, Rezatera to 4 points apiece, and then you got Jamieson. He's been in on all 3 goals. Captain leading by example for the Iroquois.
Stotts is out in 5 seconds. He wants to race back and help his teammates on defense. Or if they can make a turnover, now he's going to slip up the floor, let him play 4-on-4. Nobody's there. This is dangerous for the U.S. And they're yelling to McCardle to get off and get a defender, and it will be Joel White.
Yeah, you're right, Stephen. They got away with one there because if the Iroquois got that possession, Stotts is on a breakaway.
And that is not what you want
you do
as
not
a
want
defensive side of the floor.
And some power play time for the Iroquois. 15 seconds to work with here.
It's enough to work on something. Jamieson at the top as they go strong left. It's a pick from Jackson. Another pick from Jackson, and what a shot by Randy Stotts. We talked about how good he is. He shows you there, he can bury.
I don't know if Kyle Jackson will get an assist, but man, he should get one. Setting hard picks, opening up the lane. Jamieson's gonna get another point. What a shot from Stotts. And that'll be a power play goal. Look at Jackson here. Setting the tone, great pick. And it's 4-4 just like that. Randy Stotts coming off a 10-point game, gets his first. He's got 4 this tournament.
And when the pride of your nation is on the line, or in this case, the pride of the Iroquois, the Haudenosaunee, guys will do things. Kyle Jackson, not known as a pick guy, he's more of a ball handler, but there's so many stars that everyone's put into roles, and he is embracing that, working hard, and you can see the fruits of the labor coming through there. Joe Resetarits jumps up and catches that ball and takes a look and says, why are you throwing that so high? But they're all good. They've got it. We are tied up at 4 with 1:44 to go in the first. Here's Resetarits. Bomberry pushes him down into Hogarth, who's going to jump out. Logan grabs the ball. He's got Hogarth moving ahead. Won't make the pass. Probably a good decision. And then he tries to get it to Dehoga Nanticoke. Now, oh, what a pass! And the finish! Great finish by Nanticoke, where he is immediately going to Thomas Hogarth, because that is gorgeous.
Tough break for Chris O'Doherty. He bobbled it. He had a clean chance to pick it up, but lost control. And Hogarth, what an effort, picks it up, makes a perfect pass to Nanticoke, and he gets his second of the quarter. You can see it there, O'Doherty lost it for a split second, and it's in the back of the net. Iroquois gets their first lead of the game.
And Thomas Hogarth, who had been playing defense both in senior ball and in with the Buffalo Bandits last year, or this past season in the NLL, he was moved up front, was absolutely sensational, and he actually started it last year in the 2018 Mann Cup and MSL playoffs. He was playing some forward, filling in some shifts, and doing a great job, scoring a few huge goals for Peterborough, carried that over and was dynamite for Buffalo, and they protected him in the expansion draft at the expense, among others, of Sean Evans.
Yeah, he's the ultimate Swiss Army knife, can do it at both ends. He plays so hard, I don't think he feels pain. He's one of those guys that you totally win with.
McCardle tries to feed it through, can't get it to Reardon, gets it back to himself, and scores! Turns into the old self pass, and we're tied up once again with 45 seconds to go in the first.
USA has scored 5 goals. McCardle's been in on every single one of them. This kid is a star in the making in this tournament. Look at the spinorama move, step back, sidearm, beats Hill. 5 points already for McCardle.
And it's so fascinating to watch the development of Kieran McCardle as a box lacrosse player, because he came in to the NLL with Tom Schreiber as the American experiment, as I like to say, with the Toronto Rock. And Schreiber was just so good, so fast, that people started saying, you know, oh yeah, let's find the next Schreiber. There are no more Tom Schreibers. They broke the mold when they made him, but McCardle followed the much more common path for U.S. players of taking a while to develop it. Now you can see how comfortable he is out there, and the confidence shining through in every step he takes. 30 seconds to go in the period, 15 now on the shot clock as the U.S. advances. Here is Radzowicz over to Resetarits. Little pick. That's McCardle feeding it through, can't get it there. 14 seconds, lots of time for the Iroquois. Ty Logan looking up the floor. There are 3 Iroquois ahead of him. He's going to get it.
There goes the goalie.
Yep. Wenster Green will hand it off. The offense has just a second to go. They get a shot off from Hogarth, but it misses. And we will go to the break with the score 5-5. I am Steven Stamp with Brandon Astle. Hit us up. I'm at Stamp Lax, and you are at Brandon_Astle on Twitter. Love to hear what you have to say. Anything you want to share with us is great. We'll be back at the World Indoor Lacrosse Championships in Langley in 2 minutes. Welcome back, lacrosse friends, to the 2019 World Indoor Lacrosse Championship, streaming live for your entertainment on Lacrosse Sports Network and TFSCTV.com. I'm Steven Stamp with Brandon Astle. What a thriller. We were talking last game about how we enjoy a good, tight defensive battle, but this is breakneck pace and this is fun.
Goals are fun too. We've seen a ton of that through 15 minutes. I mean,
we're on pace for 2020 and some overtime.
They've already got their money's worth. We've only played 1 quarter. Settle in. We're in for a fantastic game. United States off to a hot start, and then Iroquois found the rhythm, and here we are.
Baptiste pulls out the faceoff. Possession for the U.S. Resetarits spins away from Wenster Green. Pass through the middle, doesn't connect. It's going to be grabbed by Jeremy Thompson. He'll push the ball up the floor. This is Thomas Hogarth. Randy Scott slowing things down a little bit. We haven't seen that a whole lot. It's been going pretty quick most of the time. Here's Jamison, watched by O'Doherty, tries to feed it through. Penalty coming, holding the stick to Jordan Durston. Yeah, he just had the stick of Tim Edwards. They've been calling that a lot. Really been pretty sticky on that. I don't mind that. I mean, you establish it, that's what you're going to call, and away you go.
Yeah, the refs have been consistent throughout this entire tournament. They've called a ton of penalties, but the players shouldn't be surprised by now. We've seen a lot of illegal substitution as well throughout most of the games. Lots of stick calls, cross-checking like we just seen here, holding the stick. And now America going to go to their second power play. The first one lasted just 40 seconds, so they're 0 for 1.
McCardle up top to Thorpe, who's quarterbacking things. He'll get it again from Emila. Skip past to Rezzaterrits. He's going to rip it, save. No, it's in. Warren Hill got a bit of it, but then it just snuck out the backside of him, and the U.S. goes back in front with the power play marker. Yeah,
Joe Rezzaterrits, the most ever points by a U.S.-born player with Rochester, had over 100 in 2018. He's a sniper. That's where he makes his living there. Hard overhand rip on the power play, and the Americans get their lead back. That's his second of the game. And
Tyson Bomberry coming up to take this draw against Trevor Baptiste. Baptiste pulls it out, scoops it up, and runs back into the U.S. zone. Anybody who's mostly a summer person wondering why that's not over and back, and if you're wondering, it is not over and back because you can come back over on the faceoff as long as you haven't established your momentum towards the opposite goal. Here's Thorpe again. Gets a shot off the post on the far side. Didn't look like much of a lane, but he almost found a home for that. Here's Reardon. Down to Taylor Stewart. Again, we've seen some different guys stepping in with Matt Rambo away for the U.S. Rezzaterrits' hard shot, stopped by Hill, and he's just doing a little dance to make sure that stays out.
Yeah, Warren Hill, you got to see he was one of the better goaltenders in the second half of the NLL, Stephen.
Yeah, I mean, he had the best numbers, wound up leading the league in save percentage.
And then won a President's Cup.
Yeah, and he was the MVP there. Fantastic performance. Had a very good defense in front of him, but you know, a good D makes a good goalie and vice versa. Radzowitz. He's going to stay up. Rezzaterrits' backdoor attempt, doesn't get it to Greg Downing. Long outlet to Jamieson off the bench, and forget about it. As Brad Challenger said the other day about Zach Freer, Cody Jamieson on a breakaway, money in the bank.
That's just stealing. He makes it look so easy. Long bomb pass. Quick stick, knew what he wanted to do right away. Before Abrams can even react, it's in the back of the goal. It's the captain of the Iroquois. Jamieson having himself a game, 5 points.
The old shoot on the off foot. Not planting the lead foot or shooting off the lead foot, goes off the back foot. Just catching Abrams as he's stepping out. Hogarth comes up with the ball off the faceoff. Jamieson's going to rip it again and score again. Seconds apart.
What took him so long? Cody Jamieson gives the Iroquois the lead back. The score says 8-6. It is now 7-6 Iroquois.
Yep.
Pass from Hogarth, Jamieson, bang. What a game he is having, already a hat trick. We're not even 18 minutes through this game. What a talent, man, what a pleasure.
And Cody Jamieson, I don't know if you recall, in 2011 at the World Championships, was the all-star transition player. He was the transition player of the tournament. And he was legit playing a good chunk of transition. I mean, he can play wherever you need him to do. Such a smart lacrosse player. Plus, that incredible talent to take shots like that. He's out there on the ball team after those goals. He's right back out looking for another one and stepping in beside the two U.S. players as they try to go have a private chat between Busick and Rannigan.
I think they might have issues with the score clock, Stephen, because it still reads 8-7 U.S., although the Iroquois are now leading 7-6. But back to Jamieson, it seems like yesterday he was drafted first overall in 2010 to Rochester. He's won it all, former NLL MVP, multiple champion 3 times, and 7 times in his career he's registered at least 85 points.
3-man cup championships with the Six Nations Chiefs.
And now they got the score right.
Yeah, there we go, 7-6 for the Iroquois. He was also the 3rd MSL player in the last 30 years to be the leading scorer, MVP, and Rookie of the Year in the same season. The other 2 were Gary Gate and, he was the second actually after Gary Gate. Jeff Teat was the third this year. That's pretty good company.
Yeah, not bad
Those
at all.
Three pretty good lefty forwards. McArdle. Watched by Hogarth. Passes across it, but it's picked off by Logan. He's got Hogarth with him. McArdle trying to run interference. Logan gets it to Hogarth. Twister scores. Oh, they're waving it off.
They're going to talk.
Yeah, they're going to have a discussion.
Hogarth adamant that he wasn't in the crease. It looked clean initially. Ref's doing the right thing to talk about it. See if someone had a better look at it.
The players all want to be around, and you just have to leave them alone. You got to let them. Here we go. Here's the look. Logan is going to feed this pass through. Twister. Ball's in. His foot's in the crease.
That ball's already in the back of the net, though.
Yeah, when does the foot come down? If we can run it through again, I don't know.
It's no goal. They're not going to count it. Iroquois irate. They want an explanation. They're going to get one. Let's see the overhead.
Yeah. Yeah, his foot's down. They got it right.
That might have been a good call.
I think they might have got it right. I thought it was a goal when I saw it live, and on the first replay I thought it was probably a goal, but tell you that, I think they got it.
What a play, though, to start that by Ty Logan, picking the pocket of Kieran McArdle to start at that 2-on-1.
Here's McArdle again. Pick from Reardon. They can't find him on the roll, so Reseteris will run around. The crease gets a reset shot. A rebound, but it's picked up by Tyson Bomberry. He'll rip it ahead for Kaysen Tarbell, his fellow rookie, or not, actually, sorry, Bomberry was in his second year with the Chiefs this summer. Boy, the 3 Chiefs defenders taken in the first round of the draft. There's a shot by Miles Thompson. As Tarbell, Bomberry, and Liam LeClaire all went on Tuesday night. Here's a break for Joel White. Just kind of came out of nowhere. Great hustle off the bench by Jeremy Thompson. No hand up. The change was good.
Yeah, White, I think, tried a diving effort there. Kind of lost control while he was putting it towards the net. Great job, though, by Thompson to put a little heat on.
Here's a shot by Jackson. That one's well wide, and it hits the official, which is going to work out okay for the U.S., as Abrams will rake it back to himself. I think that rebound, ricochet at least, was headed to Randy Stotts. Edwards hears that somebody's coming, they're warning him, and he wisely steps up to the pass, gets things rolling for the U.S. Osika off to McArdle. McArdle's shot stopped by Hill. The rebound got loose for a moment, but corralled nicely by Adam Bomberry. Gets it ahead to Hogarth.
Shooting percentage in this game, Stephen, is off the charts. We've only had 24 shots. 13 of them ended up in the back of the net.
Wow, that's hard to believe.
That's crazy.
Nantico tracking that one down, bobbles it momentarily, picks it back up. Hogarth up for an offensive shift again. Here's Jamison. Lots of room for Bomberry, but the save by Goa Abrams going to his right.
I thought we might get a push in the back call. John Rannigan got checked from behind. Open up some space there for the Iroquois, but credit Abrams with one of his better saves in this quarter.
Reardon over to the half wall to Joe Reseteris. Radzewicz doesn't look like he knows exactly what to do with it, but he's going to hand it off to Thorpe, who'll go to Reardon. All kinds of traffic in the middle, banging around. Anthony Kelly, who had a hat trick last night, almost gets another goal there. Hard-working shift for Kelly, almost rewarded. Here's Brandon Goodwin on the run. Skip pass gets to Tarbell, who gets his own rebound off the boards. They've got 15 on the shot clock as Miles Thompson throws it to Durston. Radzewicz on him. Pick from Goodwin. The roll is there, but I think Taylor Stewart took away Durston's option to pass for a moment, and that was just long enough. Here comes Radzewicz. He's got Edwards with him. They're going to switch sides. Actually, Edwards just going straight to the bench, and they'll just slow it down. They really didn't have numbers or angles there. So Radzewicz will hand it off to McArdle.
Great defensive effort by Iroquois on this shift. No room for McArdle and the rest of his forward teammates. Makes life a lot easier for the goaltender, Hill.
That pass going to go off the board. Stotts pulls it back.
Brett Manny's without a stick.
D'ing up hard on Brendan Bomberry. Around the world attempt by Hogarth. Abrams falls backwards. A little pushing and shoving. Jackson gets his hand up into the face, and there's a face mask grab. Jameson's going to go, and we'll see if he's taking somebody with him. He reached across and grabbed, I think the face mask was it Doherty or Downing? But Doherty's going to the box.
Yeah, you can't, no zero tolerance in international play with these officials. Jameson not happy with the call, but he's going to join O'Doherty in the box. Not a bad trade-off if you're the Americans. O'Doherty a little too physical. Jameson reacted. Both players going to get 2 minutes each for roughing. So 7:44 to go. It was 5-5 coming into the second quarter. It's now 7-6 for Iroquois. At one point, they were down 4-1 in the first quarter. Able to find the rhythm and get out in front.
Pass across to the near side to McCardle. Rips one hard. It gets through or across Hill. He's still looking for the ball. It's actually out with
no
the
idea
US.
where it was. Knows where it is now, though.
Anthony Kelly cross to Thorpe. His shot low into the stick. Picked up by Wenster Green. Goodwin has it. It'll slow things down a little bit.
Pretty even game so far. Both teams with 15 shots apiece. Only a 1-goal margin.
Jackson on the run off the far post. DeHogan Anticoke will track it down. He's banged into the boards by Downing. Trying to D him up. Penalty coming to Downing. He was trying to let go and not get the hold on.
Nanticoke was like a bull, just lowered the shoulder into the chest of Downing. He couldn't do anything but hold him. Officials make the call. Iroquois is going to go to the power play. Look at this, just sheer effort. Get out of my way. That's all Downing could do to stop him, was to grab on.
So 1-goal lead and the man advantage for the Iroquois. Randy Stotts will start with it up top. Hill still wandering back to his crease.
Iroquois already got a power play goal in this game.
Jackson thinking about it, takes the shot, save Abrams, comes back, but Stewart grabs it. Nice job, Stewart. Got Rannigan racing ahead. Great job by Brendan Bomberry to run back with him and take that away. Radzewicz will lob it up to Resetaritz. U.S. spreading it way out on the penalty kill. Now Radzewicz cuts through. Resetaritz will just whip one on net with about 2 seconds left on the shot clock. Hill handles it, gives it to Bomberry.
Keep in mind, no Cody Jamieson on this power play. He's still in the penalty box.
Right. How long do they have left? Do you have the...
I think it's under 30 seconds.
Yeah. Jackson will rip it from the top, low to high. It's going to be an over and back. There'll be U.S. possession, but Edwards is going to try and get a restart. They're going to blow it in. And now they'll slow things down. Resetaritz is just going to wait. Emila had to be aware that Tyson Bomberry was racing in. They let him know, and he smartly moves the ball on. Resetaritz. That's off the back of Gale Thorpe as he was spinning off a check. The pass out to Tyson Bomberry.
Gale Thorpe, one of the younger members on this team, son of the coach, Reggie Thorpe, who's going to coach his son in the NLL because he picked him in the 3rd round last week.
Kyle Jackson behind the back. Miles Thompson reaches around the defender and tucks one into the far side. Past Joel White, past Goa Abrams, and into a 2-goal lead for the Iroquois.
Miles Thompson had a pair of goals on Thursday. He gets on the board here tonight. It's another power play goal. A couple of pump fakes use White as a screen, bounces it between the legs of Abrams, and it's the largest lead of the game for Iroquois, up by 2 with just over 5 minutes to go.
Thompson and Baptiste back to the dot. 5:01 left in the half. I'm Steven Stamp with Brandon Askell. Thanks for being with us, lacrosse friends, here at the 2019 World Indoor Lacrosse Championship.
Jamieson and O'Doherty's penalties over, as we see Jamieson out on the floor right now.
He's going to go and try and get it off the boards, but it bounced the other way, and Rannigan will get it. Osika hands that one off to Kieran McCardle. Reardon to McCardle. Goes to set a pick. Tight defense here by the Iroquois. Oh, big chop by Kelly and a hit on the back of Kaysen Tarbell, who kind of looks around to see what happened. Saved by Hill. Bomberry hands it down to Stott.
Jordan Durst, and to number 47, Kyle Jackson. Time 9:59. Thompson from Durston and Jackson at 9:59.
That ball thrown out of play, so Durston and Jackson get the assists on Thompson's third of the tournament. Shots even right now at 17 apiece. Iroquois is looking a lot better compared to the early stages of the first quarter.
The U.S. still hanging in tough, though. Within a couple of goals. Would love to get one back before the half. Reza Territz, Renser Green on him. Hill makes the stop and then kind of side hops, leaving the ball sitting there, but Ty Logan's there to pick it up. Ahead to Jeremy Thompson.
Yeah, Hill's looking a lot more confident in this quarter. Square to the shooter, battling for rebounds.
Lob pass through, one hand behind the legs, between the legs. Now Jamison's digging in for that ball. Can't quite get it. Go Abrams will make the pass out.
Too bad we don't see the Americans at full strength. They're missing so many key players. Steve, obviously Tom Schreiber, the best American box player, he's out. Rambo's out. Although he's coming back. They're missing Kelly, Dunn. Imagine if they had those guys.
Yeah, no, I mean
still
on the other
great.
side, you're saying no Lyle Thompson,
True.
no Austin Stotts.
Zed Williams.
Yep, Zed Williams will be here tomorrow, they're expecting. Outlet pass. Kaysen Tarbell hands it back to Thomas Hogarth. Oh, what a shot on the run by Heine Thompson. It's a little reach around, tucks it to the far side, 9-6. Iroquois starting to maybe take control and pull away a bit.
Yeah, they found their offensive rhythm. Heine Thompson takes the pass on the far side. Low bouncer beating Abrams past that right leg. Have a set up there by Stotts as he found a streaking Heine Thompson coming off the bench. He makes no mistake. Iroquois up by 3, late stages of the first half.
Yeah, and that's 4 goals in a row for the Iroquois, and they had a 4-goal run, sandwiching a couple of goals from McCardle and Reza Territz, so 8-2 for the Iroquois since that 4-1 U.S. start. So Iroquois definitely looking stronger, looking more like themselves.
Iroquois Nationals goal, scorer number 22, Jerome Thompson. The assist, number 83.
Jamison's pass knocked down by Connor Busick. It's not going to be an over and back because it went off of Busick. Chris Schiller saying that should be an over and back. I didn't personally see it hit Busick, but I mean the ref is right there to see that play. Craig Downing will just roll it back. That's a heady veteran play. And then the underhand pass ahead. Rannigan. You could say the same about that one, and they get it to Thorpe. McCardle to Emila, who quickly moves it on to Reza Territz. Briar Jonathan out on him. Reardon stopped. Warren Hill save, bounces straight out to Jonathan. Rusty Gate check by McCardle, doesn't dislodge the ball. He moves it ahead to Bomberry, who loses it, loses his stick, just trying to protect it. Now he's going to dive on top. That's withholding.
That was
And Joel White's just pitchforking under him to try and dig it out.
That was all Joel White. He actually kicked the stick out of the hands of Brendan Bomberry, and then Bomberry had no choice but to jump on the loose ball, which you can't do. A goal here late would be huge for the Americans, try to get some momentum back in their favor.
Reziteritz. Across to Osika, tried to float one into the far side, just missed. No reset. We're into the final minute, 44 to go. 6 on the shot clock for the U.S. So Osika's going to rip one, but rebound doesn't come out anywhere, and the Iroquois will have it. They can't pull Hill and go for the last shot safely. 7-second difference. Heine Thompson down to Durston. Now Jamieson gets it. Stotts works his way in from the boards. Pick from Miles Thompson. Nice two-man defense by the U.S. fighting through it. And the ball pops out. Jamieson has it bobble out of his stick. Whips it across to Stotts. Rips it, save. Go Abrams. But Stotts gets it back. It gets away from him though. And Joel White will grab it, I think. The U.S. is just going to, a long shot. Lauren Hill casually catches it on the backside of the goal stick. And we will go to the halftime with the score 9-6 in favor of the Iroquois Nationals over the U.S. This is the 2019 World Indoor Lacrosse Championships on Lacrosse Sports Network and TFSETV.com. I'm Stephen Stamp with Brandon Astle. Thanks for being with us. We will see you in 12 minutes. Welcome back, lacrosse friends, to the 2019 World Indoor Lacrosse Championships here at the Langley Events Center. I'm Stephen Stamp with Brandon Astle. It's 9-6. The Iroquois Nationals on a bit of a run after that early explosion by the U.S. and Brandon. What do you see coming as we get the second half rolling?
Well, for the United States, they got to stop this Iroquois run, or runs, I should say. The difference has been the 2 4-goal runs that Iroquois has gone on this game. They scored 4 in a row to end the first. Then they scored the last 4 goals in this game. They outscored the United States 4-1 in the second. And when they score in buckets. And the Americans got to minimize the damage. If they play anything like they did for the first 7-8 minutes in the first quarter, they should be fine.
The challenge is playing like that when the Iroquois are sharpened up a little bit, as they obviously not right on top of their game early on.
Yeah, they had the day off yesterday. Might have been a little lackadaisical coming out of the gate. I don't know if they took their opponent lightly. Sure they didn't, but sometimes it just doesn't click right away.
Jamieson tries to pull it down, and ball pops away. Hogarth goes after it. Busek rides him off the play, and Joel White will run forward.
Joel White, the captain of this American squad, 8-year NLL vet, most recently with the Georgia Swarm.
And returning to the Georgia Swarm,
Returning,
he's signed again for this year. There's McCardle, big save. Hill just makes himself big. And other big news, of course, Jordan Hall returning to the Swarm. A couple of players who weren't able to play, Hall had gone off to Philadelphia. Hall's one of those guys who just makes people around him better. Randy Stotts drives in against Stewart. Big pick from DeHogan Antiko. Leaves the stick hanging out there saying, hey, he's holding it. Here's Durston, saved by Abrams. White once again grabbing that ball. It's a long shift for him, end to end. Tim Edwards.
Buffalo native out of the Colorado Mammoth organization.
Off to Joe Reziteritz, also from that upstate New York region. Reziteritz, who went across the border, played a lot of Canadian box lacrosse growing up. Played with the Brampton Excelsiors, won a Man Cup back in 2011 with a very young team, and a lot of guys just coming into their own who are now very well-known stars, like Kyle Rubish and Chris Corbeil and Reziteritz and others. That shot goes wide from Brendan Bomberry. No, they're going to say it did touch Abrams or the post, so it's a fresh 30 for the Iroquois. Briar Jonathan will go off, and here comes DeHogan Nanticoke. Bomberry. Stewart watching him carefully. Pick from Stotts, opens some space. Shot goes wide. Jackson takes it off the boards. Drive pick there from Cody Jamieson. He was just running through to open space, but it comes back out, and Stewart grabs it on the run. Radzowitz set a little pick. Nothing really there, so they're going to slow it down again. The Americans just had so much jump, so much hop early in the game, and they don't seem to have that same energy, and they see if they can get it back. It's hard to just create. It tends to flow from things that are happening. There's Reardon with a shot. That's going to go right into the belly of Hill, and running the other way is Bomberry.
A lot more contested looks as well, so give credit to Iroquois and the job that Rich Kilgore has done. He's made some adjustments, making life a lot more tough for those American forwards.
Thomas Hogarth over to Heine Thompson. Little pick from Durston. Busek way up on Heine Thompson. A one-hand shot attempt by Miles. Thompson gets on net. White can't pick up the ball. Durston can. Saved by Abrams, though. That's a big save. Don't want to let the Iroquois slip a little further ahead.
That's just typical Jordan Durst in Lacrosse, working hard for every loose ball, battling defenders, and created some space for himself. Give credit to Abrams. That was a great stop.
Rezataritz diving to the net and gets landed on for his trouble by Brandon Goodwin. The ball goes back to the U.S. as Osika picked it up, and he's indicating there's a fresh 30, so let's cycle this around. There's Thorpe. Rips it, saved by Hill. He's looking up the floor. He's got Jeremy Thompson. Changes direction, or spins back, looks over the other shoulder. Thought about the shot. He's going to hand it off to Jamieson.
Yeah, Hill's really settled down after allowing 5 goals in the first quarter, allowed just 1 in the last quarter. Still looking sharp here in the second half.
Jamieson feeds it through Stotts. Quick release. Jackson tried to fight through for the loose ball. And the save by Abrams after Jamieson did get it.
Both Jamieson and Rezataritz leading the game with 6 points apiece. Jamieson with 3 and 3. Rezataritz with 2 and 4. And how about Rezataritz in the 2015 World Indoor Lacrosse Championships? He had 4 goals and 4 assists, or 7 goals and 7 assists. He's already surpassed those totals already.
That shot by Emila goes wide, and yeah, Rezataritz has just burgeoned since then. I mean, draft pick by the Calgary Roughnecks, was traded to Buffalo, stayed there for a bit, never quite found his groove, then went to Rochester and became the first American player to score 100 points in a season. What an explosion for him. Now, of course, in New England, Miles Thompson is offside. He's going to lob it up to Durston. Hogarth up front. Looking for the give and go. He'll set a pick instead. Miles Thompson shot. Heine tried to pick it up. Go for the quick putback, but didn't quite find the ball. White will lob the outlet pass.
Boy, if not for the play of Abrams in this quarter, it could be a 4 or 5 goal lead for Iroquois. He's keeping his team in it, but the scoring's really dried up like we talked about. We'll see if this man right here, number 15, can get it going.
That was close. He tried to go far side. It looked like he might have a spot, but it was a little bit wide. McCardle fighting through. He bounces that one as he's being knocked down. He's staying on the turf. Penalty coming to the Iroquois.
Yeah, McCardle was falling, kind of an awkward position, and he took a check to the head, it looked like. And the Iroquois is going to go to the box. Guilty party.
Yeah, it looks like it's Braden Hill.
Braden Hill, yeah. 52. He's arguing his case, but he's going to sit in the box for 2 or less for a cross check. This American power play 0 for 1 tonight.
Hill pointing up to the screen above the field floor and looking for a replay. Stu Montour, one of the Iroquois coaches, was looking up. Replay not coming, so that's not going to help them out. Wouldn't matter anyway, obviously. Here is Rezataritz down to Emila. Strong left as McCardle's at the top. They're going to kind of switch over, pick from Rezataritz. There's Rezataritz with a shot, foot save by Hill. Oh, great job by Emila, but then Thompson's on top of him. Emila reaches through the legs of Thompson to tap that ball away, but Tyson Bomberry is the first guy to get there for the Iroquois. They're going to be going to the penalty kill.
Yeah, Hill's just seeing it right now, reacting quickly. That was a hard shot. Sticks out the right leg. Continues a strong play from the second quarter.
Randy Stotts just carrying the ball, Randigan up on him. Big swing by Downing. Try and knock it loose as they double team him. He gets the shot that rattles around the feet of Abrams, and Downing is deposited to the turf by Stotts as he, the feisty forward, fights his way out of the deep zone.
Stott's been relatively kept at bay in this game. Just a goal and assist, pretty low for his standards.
Yeah.
Still lots of lacrosse to go, but credit the American defenders. They've done a great job on him.
U.S. with 38 left on the power play. McCardle will rip a high, hard one, a little too high.
And a little too hard of a slasher from the goaltender Hill. It's going to stay with the Americans as he came out of his net.
Loose ball foul, and the U.S. gets it. Blaze Reardon starts it up. Rezataritz back to McCardle. They keep inching in. There's a shot saved by the belly pad of Warren Hill, who hits his man Hogan Nantico coming off the bench. Penalty to the stage. One hand, underhand, rolls it in. Highlight reel magic from Hogan Nantico.
Goal of the tournament. Not a bad way to get your hat trick goal. Crowd's loving it. What an effort. Short-handed. He gets the home run pass by Hill. The goaltender puts it on a tee, and look at this, one hand between the legs. Get out of here with that. Unbelievable effort. You won't see a better goal all tournament.
That's pretty sweet. The skill level on Hogan Nanticoke is off the charts.
3 goals and an assist for himself. 4-goal lead for Iroquois with 7:47 to go.
Trevor Baptiste pulls the ball out, goes after it. Thompson on him, ball still popping around. If you ever stand down along the boards and watch these loose ball battles, it is just mayhem when there's a bunch of guys fighting for a ball. There's no wonder the ball keeps bouncing. Sometimes nobody can pick it up because there are a lot of sticks, a lot of strong men driven to try and get that ball and keep it away from their opponents.
Yeah, those kids sitting down there by the glass, they must be shell-shocked with what they're seeing.
Durston rips it top corner on the shovel pass from Heine Thompson. And the Iroquois are starting to pull away.
Yeah, they're up by 5. Jordan Durston, what a shot. Hard left overhand. Traded to New England last week from New York, who took him 2nd overall in the expansion draft. I mentioned earlier, this is a kid that you win with. He'll get in the dirty areas. He'll show you a little something like that as well. He's got a great shot. That's his first of the game. And 2nd of the tournament.
Baptiste and Tyson Bomber at the faceoff dot. White comes up with it. He's one-on-one with Tyson Logan. Now he's got Osika coming back to him. Little twister. They were both on their offsides. No time to change, so they just had to do what they could and didn't work it to a great angle. Nice save by Hill on the shot. Here's Brendan Bomberry.
Shot's still pretty close. 29-27 Iroquois leads it, but they're just capitalizing on their opportunities lately.
I would say the quality of the shots is a little higher for the Iroquois as well.
Absolutely.
Getting into better positions. Hogan Nanticoke, his helmet riding up his face. He's going to have to tug it back down. They get the ball back, just a few seconds to shoot. If that lob pass doesn't get through, it'll be U.S. ball. Nanticoke rolls it away. I'll tell you, in the NLL, that's a penalty.
They've been calling that tight for the games I've done this tournament as well. There's been zero tolerance for throwing the ball after the whistle.
I mean, it's just a few feet, but we've seen that called for sure. Reziteritz. McCardle sidearm rip off a foot. That's going to roll all the way back down. And Reziteritz is saying, go, get the ball. They're running out of time. 7 on the shot clock, and now we're going to have some U.S. players go for a change. But Anthony Kelly gets a shot. Quite a little Ole save by Warren Hill, reaching out to grab that one.
Yeah, Kier McCardle's been quiet after registering 4 points in less than 8 minutes in this game. USA need to get him going if they want to get back into it.
Great save. Abrams going crease to post on the Briar Jonathan shot. Busek to White. The trailer Reziteritz is a little high for him and bounces into the Iroquois bench.
Yeah, passes are a touch off. Things just not going the Americans' way. The Iroquois starting to impose their will without one of their best players, Lyle Thompson, but it's been guys like Nanticoke really stepping up.
Durston winds up. That was actually blocked by White. It kind of fell down in front of Goa Abrams. Didn't roll towards the net, so it worked out all right for them.
Yeah, good positioning. Accidentally on purpose, caught in the way of that pass. He'll take it, run off to the bench for a change.
5 minutes to go here in the third quarter and a 5-goal lead for the Iroquois Nationals. With Joe Reziteritz working with Dave Emmel on the 2-man game. Shovels it out to him. Foot save by Hill, who's really looking solid and confident at this point.
Yeah, reaches out with that left leg, had the stick between his legs just in case. Perfect positioning. He's really been a star since the second quarter started.
Adam Bomberry couldn't track it down. His opposite number 10, Blaze Reardon, does after racing back. Gets it to Downing. That all black stick. Very stealthy. Resiteritz. Look at McCardle. Comes to Radzewitz. His shot well wide, but goes straight over to Osika. That bounces off, I think, the head of Kelly as he ducked. Shovel pass ahead, one hand. Goodwin's got it. He's going to leave it there for Wenster Green. Oh, a big save behind the back. Doesn't connect by Hogarth, but Wenster Green will scoop it up. Fresh 30 for the Iroquois Nationals. They'll get their offensive change out.
Yeah, a couple defenders getting some time up front. Now they head off to set up the offense.
Durston's shot doesn't get through. White blocked the shot and then took a big hit from Durston. He's tough as nails though, pops up. He's heading right back out there. Checks Durston. Oh, that was so close to going in as he just kind of floated it across.
I thought it might have hit the back of the net.
I actually kind of did too. None of the Iroquois players argued or put their hands up, so I was assuming because it didn't go in. My first thought was it just got in against the mesh. McCardle. Kelly setting a pick in front, and Resiterit's shot catches Warren Hill somewhere where he's not happy about. He does not look comfortable as he goes to the turf.
And we're going to need some medical attention here for, is it the goaltender Hill? The refs signaled right away. They want.
Yeah, it was Warren Hill took the shot from Resiteritz and immediately went to the ground. Trainer Dave Sowden out to give him a hand.
I think it hit him where every man doesn't want to be hit. You can see the trainer kind of laughing a bit in the crease of talking with Hill. He needs a squirt of water to collect himself.
That's always way funnier to other people than the guy who got hit.
Yeah, he'll walk that one off. Stay in the game.
Doug Jamieson went down the other night. We saw a shot of him on the screen, the backup goalie.
He's just shaking his head right now at the bench. And
Yeah.
he's talking with the trainer. Did it hit him where? Yeah, it did.
See, funnier to everybody else. Kyle Jackson tucks it in. Spins back away. Pick from Jamieson. Couldn't catch the roll. Big hit from Manny on Jamieson. And off goes Edwards. Nice pass through to Busick. Closed by Thompson. Spins and shoots. That one's wide. Reardon going after it. He'll get there first, but he's pushed off by Tarbell. That's going to be a loose ball violation. Good call. We have a couple players down on the turf.
Yeah, Reardon looks like he's slow to get up. I think it's just because he has Cody Jamieson on top of him.
That'll
He'll be
slow
all
you
right.
down, having a human laying on top of you.
He'll stay in the game. Jamieson looks like he's limping on that left leg.
And upset again.
Screaming at the ref. You can see he's taking his time before getting into the bench. Not getting any medical attention, so that's a good sign.
He is sitting on the back on the bench.
Probably take a shift off up front.
Yeah, settling in for the moment. Resiteritz to McCardle. The dynamic duel for the U.S. Trying to work some more magic. There's a rip by McCardle. Hand save. Warren Hill denies them.
Those are the type of shots that were going in early, Stephen, especially
Yeah.
out of the stick of McCardle.
That one goes in. That's Cody Radzewitz. Lets it fly. Perfect placement. And the U.S. breaks a bit of a scoreless drought.
Yeah, Radzewitz going to get his first of the tournament. Stepping into that shot on the near side, blows it over the right shoulder of Hill, who's been stopping everything of late. That's what the doctor ordered. It gets the Americans to within 4. Still a little time to go in this third quarter.
They hadn't scored since 1:05 into the second quarter. We now have 2:28 to go in the third. That is a long drought.
It's almost a full half.
Yeah.
That's got to feel good. We'll see if that sparks this American offense. Nice clean win by Baptiste over Thompson.
25 minutes scoreless for the U.S. They get it going. They're within 4. Here comes Gale Thorpe. Pass through straining line. Slow change for the U.S. and the Iroquois defenders are just waiting. We're down to 10 seconds left on the shot clock as the U.S. gets rolling. McCardle. Hogarth watching him. Little switch. Pass across right into the chest of Hill. He does that thing where he has kind of the legs, he goes sideways and has his legs facing the same direction, both feet the same way instead of the butterfly sometimes. It seems to cover the hole there well. It's not something you see a lot of guys do.
Yeah, no, it's something he relies on, and he's been showing that type of style this entire game, and it's frustrated the American shooters, I think. Because he just seems to always get in the way at the last second.
Yeah, Joel White trying to run by Brendan Bomberry. Does so, but Bomberry knocks down the pass. DeHogan Nanticoke's back there in the defensive zone, loses his stick and a little shove. They get it ahead to Durston. Stotts is off the bench. Shot by Durston. Nice job to avoid the goaltender, go Abrams.
They're calling a crease?
Yeah, and he's not happy about that because he was hustling to try and get out.
So Rezaterets gets an assist. 7 points in this game for Joey Rez.
He's got 7? He's in on every goal?
Yep.
Wow. And McCardle's in on, what, 6 of them?
Yeah, he's got a 6-point game.
That's pretty good for those guys. And they came in leading the team substantially.
Yeah, Rezaterets had 11 points. McCardle had 14 entering this game.
There's a save by Abrams. And big collisions out front. Abrams going to look for the short outlet pass. Gets it to O'Doherty.
I think we're going to get a timeout here for Iroquois. Shot clock not a factor here on this last possession. 25 seconds to go in this third quarter. The last 2 quarters have been taken over by Iroquois. If you're just joining us, the Americans came out up 4-1. Everything was going in. Rezaterets, McCardle, they were on fire. Couldn't be stopped. And then Iroquois slowly but surely got in this game, courtesy of their captain, Cody Jamieson, who led the way. And Jamieson right now working on a 6-point game. He's had a quiet third quarter, but other people have stepped up, like Nanticoke. He's got a hat trick.
Yeah, that goes on social media. It's out there. The WILC World Lacrosse folks doing a terrific job, Lac Sports Network, getting stuff out on social media, getting the clips, the GIFs, the videos out and sharing them so people can enjoy and get to come in and watch in these games, which is terrific.
Yeah, social media nowadays, goals are up on the internet within a few seconds on Twitter. And that one you're going to be seeing on Twitter. Nanticoke's between the legs for quite some time.
I think it was the Iroquois Nationals that tweeted it out with the tag "We're not worthy." Pretty good one.
It's true.
Down to 17 seconds in the third quarter. Hill at the bench. 6 attackers out for Iroquois. A lot going on between Kyle Jackson and Brett Manny as Jamieson just hangs on to the ball. 7 seconds. Now they go after it. There's Bomber. He tries to feed it through. He gets knocked away. And the quarter's going to end with the ball just kind of rolling around and not much really coming for the Iroquois. But they have an 11-7 lead. They got to feel pretty good about that. We are 45 minutes in, 15 minutes from deciding a winner. I'm Stephen Stamp with Brandon Astle. This is the 2019 World Indoor Lacrosse Championships on Lac Sports Network and TSFETV.com.
.ca.
There you go. Thank you. Come back and join us in 2 minutes. We'll see you then. Welcome back, lacrosse friends, to the 2019 World Indoor Lacrosse Championship. I'm Stephen Stamp with Brandon Astle. 11-7 Iroquois over the U.S. 15 minutes to play. It's been a good one.
Yeah, it was a low-scoring third quarter. 2-1 advantage there for Iroquois. Credit both goaltenders stepping up, making some big saves. Shots are 34-33 for Iroquois, and they lead by 4 with their perfect record against the Americans on the line. They're 5-0 all-time at the WILC, dating back to 2003. Iroquois beat the Americans twice in 2015. And it looks so good early on for USA. They're up by 3. You thought this could be the day, but not so fast as Iroquois up by 4. Still a lot of time to go, though, so we'll see.
And, of course, in the 4 World Indoor Lacrosse Championships that have been held, penalty coming to the U.S., the Iroquois have won 4 silver medals, the U.S. 4 bronze medals. You know the U.S. are trying to creep up on the top 2, Canada and the U.S., and the Iroquois have won all the medals ahead of them. They have teams gunning for them from below as well. Israel, the Czechs, who are trying to get back into the top group, playing very well so far. England had a great game earlier in the day against Israel.
How about the Finns?
The Finns are very good, really building from within the nation with Tracy Koluski and his group coaching. Neil Doddridge helping him out, and Pente Paikkonen, one of the legendary Finnish players who has moved into the coaching ranks, holding the stick call against Connor Busick. And a power play 33 seconds into the fourth quarter when you trail by 4 is not what you want to give the Iroquois for the U.S.
Yeah, and they already have 2 power play goals in this game.
Downing and Manny at the top on the penalty kill. Stewart and White down low. Jamison over to Stotts. Had to reach for it, shoots, hits White's leg. Kyle Jackson has Durst in there as the other lefty. Miles Thompson is down low. High shot, rips it off the post. It's going to bounce up into the suicide box where Larry Palumbo has to dodge it. Hopefully it didn't hurt his camera. No, he looks like he's all right. Thompson's pass to Thompson is picked off by Joel White, and he just kind of shovels it over to Downing. He had to change directions, backtrack. And there's a pass knocked down by Adam Bomberry. Leinster Green gets to the bench, and Cody Jamison just comes slowly onto the floor. Just going to set up the offense on the power play here. Strong left again. Same group out there. And the same group for the U.S. on the penalty kill. Stotts to Jamison, gets it back. Jamison is offside. It's a pass behind the net. Now they get it to Durst, and he's deadly back there and tucks it in, but not all the way in. Go Abrams, got just enough of it.
Yeah, he faked one way, dove the other, and Abrams was ready for it.
Penalty coming to the Iroquois on the change. So Joe Rezateris will slow it down. They're going to try and use as much time here as they can, because the more of the 30 they use, the more they're going to have on the power play after their penalty to Busick ends. McCardle fights through, takes a shot. Rezateris, oh no, Radzowitz gets it, shoots. Oh, he wanted to pull that one out. They could have killed the last 30 seconds on a full 2-minute power play. Although, on the other hand, if it goes in, that's a pretty good play.
I think that opportunity was too good to pass up. Credit Hill with a great save down on both knees to get in front of it. And it'll be 4-on-4 for the next 27 seconds. And the referee wants an Iroquois player to jump off the bench and head towards the penalty box. And is that Hina Thompson?
Yeah, Hina Thompson heading to the box.
Yeah.
All the Thompsons, the 4 brothers, of course, on the roster. Lyle not playing tonight after being run over by Tim Semich and suffered I believe it's a Charlie Horser's hand, saved by the chest of Warren Hill. But Miles out there, number 2, playing righty forward. Lyle has moved up to forward tonight, number 22, and Jeremy, number 74, taking face-offs and playing defense. And you know, their father Jerome joins them when they play in the Laxnai tournament in Onondaga.
Is that right?
Yeah, and his uniform number is 2-4-22-74. All the 4 sons' numbers, all right across the back of his jersey. It's pretty fun.
Wow, that's awesome.
He doesn't play a lot of shifts, but he goes quality over quantity.
He's got to show his kids that he still got it, right?
Right? Jackson tries to spin off the check from Edwards. We got 15 still to kill, and that's where Heine has played net. I believe Miles might have played a bit of net as well when Thompson Brothers Elite needed some goaltending. That shot just into the belly pad of Go Abrams.
USA on the power play now for just over a minute. Big opportunity here to start this fourth quarter with a goal and get to within 3.
Yeah, but a minute left on the power play, as you said. Reardon to Rezateris, and there's McCardle at the top in the strong left format. Strong drum beat and defense chant from the Iroquois fans. Blaze Reardon shot. That's a great save by Hill. So quick, post to post.
Unbelievable stop. Rezateris sucks in the D, finds Reardon. Quick stick. Hill up to the task line he was left. Great save, maybe his best of the game.
Do you find you're saying that a lot, the best of this?
I was just saying, I felt like
people keep topping each other and themselves. Durston looks for Nantico, goes to Miles Thompson instead, just misses wide. It'll come all the way back to Durston, who gets it on net. That would have been a reset, but Manny gets it instead.
I just want to give a quick shout out to Mr. Manny. Birthday boy turns 34 today.
There you go. Brett Manny, one of the great ambassadors of the game of lacrosse. Just always the same after a win or a loss. He's there ready to talk, ready to take responsibility and just man up, and love it.
That's why he's the captain there for the Black Wolves.
Plays Reardon. Over to Kieran McCardle. McCardle's bouncer a little bit wide. While we're doing birthday shout-outs, birthday shout-out to Shauna Sturparn, the mother of Stu Sturparn, the Serbia coach, and a team manager who's put a ton into the game of lacrosse in Alberta and for Team Serbia.
Serbia's playing well.
Yeah, tough loss for them today to Ireland, giving up a run down the stretch. Devlin Shanahan stepped in relief for John McMillan and net on that game and was sensational.
Yeah, 10-9 final, one of the better games of the tournament.
Maybe the game of the tournament until the last one we saw, that Israel-England absolute nail-biter.
Overtime game.
Thorpe and Osika. That's Rezateris, knee save by Hill, goes straight back to Rezateris, fresh 30. We are 5-on-5. Kelly bulldozing his way through the middle, and there's Radzewitz. That shot's blocked. Rezateris couldn't pick it up. Now Goodwin's right on him. Thorpe, watched by Logan. Gonna try and work his way to the net. Boy, that's straight out of the President's Cup, where Logan was playing for the Capital Region Axemen and Thorpe was playing for the Akwesasne Bucks. Long pass. Nice save on Jameson by Goa Abrams. Jameson's going to get it back, though. Fresh 30 for the Iroquois.
Great job by White to knock that free. It was bouncing. Looked like Jonathan is going to come up with it. Now he's going to lead the rush in transition.
Oh, nice pass to Rezateris. What a save, though. Again, that unusual split style.
Got the job done.
Down by Hill. He just covers a lot of space, just doesn't leave a lot of room open. That pass is going to be maybe picked off. Busek can't quite get it. Now he's got it. He's trying to get to the net. Twister, nice save. Hill again. Boy, Warren Hill has stepped up. Entering Miles Thompson was actually in the President's Cup as well, playing for Akwesasne with Gail Thorpe. So now they're playing against each other. It happens so often in lacrosse.
Yeah, teammates turn to foes within a few months' time.
Within a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Thompson. Jameson across to Stotts. There's Miles Thompson setting a pick. Stotts, one-hand pass attempt. Doesn't get to anybody. Durston kind of grabs the shoulder and then pushes Edwards out of the way. But his pass is picked off by Greg Downey. He's on the run. 2 Iroquois Nationals are back already in the defensive zone.
Nice shot there by Taylor Stewart in transition. Unloaded on Hill. Boy, Hill must have not been happy with his first quarter when they let in 5 goals. He's been absolutely lights out since.
Right, 2 goals since that point. This is the Warren Hill we saw in the second half of the NLL season, as you said. That shot by Reardon goes wide. Tracked down by Rezateris, and there's Reardon open. Oh, what a save by Hill.
Bang, bang play. Reardon all alone in front. Hill stretches with the right arm, just got a piece of it.
Yeah, Iroquois just lost track of Reardon for a moment, and he was gone to the net. Now Hogarth is eyeing him up. McCardle. Good 2-man defense, but the shot by McCardle is home. Just as the defender's pouncing out, he rips that one. 3rd goal for McCardle. It's 11-8, and it's a 3-goal game with 7:07 to play.
They deserve that one, Stephen. They were all over Warren Hill. He was making save after save, but the States just kept getting a reset. And rearing back and letting it go is a lefty McCardle. Hat-trick goal. He's got up to 6 points, and that's a big one. Gets USA to within 3, and still lots of time, over 7 minutes to play. Both Rezateris and McCardle continue to have a very, very strong game.
Thompson pulls the ball out on the faceoff, but Baptiste kind of backs over it. Thompson has it. He's flattened by Baptiste. Again backing up. Baptiste still going after. Bomberry trying to get it. Busek has some space. That disappears quickly, but he came away. No, it's stripped. Tarbell tries to get it. Now it's popped up away from Busek, and Tarbell finally will gain possession of that ball. And then the pass to Thompson gets away, and Joel White's going to just step over to center. Busek has lost his helmet. He's going to have to head to the bench. You can put it back on in the international rules. You can put it back on and play, but they're going to the offense anyway. Gail Thorpe. Joe Resetaris watched by Heine Thompson. Pick coming from Kelly. Nice two-man game by Bomberry and Heine Thompson. McCardle had the last goal. Looking for another one with a rip there. Another split save by Hill, but straight to Resetaris. The U.S. applying all kinds of pressure here in the fourth quarter. Iroquois hanging on. They've got their 3-goal lead, just over 6 to play. Pick from Kelly. Resetaris looking for him. Thompson got up on it. Oh, there's a shot by Resetaris. And that is a very understated celebration by Joe Resetaris, but a huge goal for the U.S.
Yeah, he says to McCardle, you just got your hat trick, how about I get mine? I was wondering if he's going to shoot from that sharp angle, and it was a good choice that he did. He must have saw something. As you can see, he looked, and decides to let it rip short side over the right shoulder of Hill. That's just a sniper in his office. Resetaris, have yourself a game, my friend. He's been in on all 9 goals tonight for the States.
3 goals and 6 assists. What a night for Joe Resetaris. And the U.S. has the ball back. That's where, I mean, there are times where there generally is not a huge correlation between face-off wins and wins of games. But there are times like this, late in the game, where getting that possession back can just seem so important. And Blaze Reardon rips one. That's going to turn the ball over. It's going to roll back. And Greg Downey will just get there to make sure Brandon Goodwin can't have a restart heading straight at the goalie.
So give credit to USA. They're not going down without a fight. They scored the last couple in this quarter. I believe the last 3 in this game overall. Yeah, it was 11-6 at one point, now 11-9.
That shot bounces away. Yeah, 3 straight goals for the U.S. going back to the last quarter. And now they've held the Iroquois without a goal for about a period's length. A little over a period, actually. Durston drifts one. It was touched by the U.S., but the Iroquois get it back. That was tipped as well. White going after. He knocks it loose. He takes off for the net. Can Edwards get it to him? No. But they do get it to Resetaris coming off the bench. Shoots, save Hill. It's in front of him.
I thought White might go for a run there. He went to the bench and changed. I'm not sure why he did that, but nonetheless, they still got a good shot from Resetaris.
I think he noticed that Resetaris was coming off and may have had a better angle, although, yeah, I thought White was in pretty good position to push it. I think he's being aware you don't want to have 3 guys necessarily running at the net and risking transition the other way, but they do need to get a couple more goals. Taylor Stewart.
They're close to the 50-shot plateau. They're out shooting Iroquois 47-40, so it's not for a lack of rubber going towards the net.
Yeah, I mean, Warren Hill has been outstanding. The U.S. easily could be tied or ahead in this game. There's McCardle. Another save by Hill.
There's the splits again. Unbelievable athleticism by Hill. McCardle
at some point, you think he's just not going to get up from those. I wouldn't after the first or second one. I don't know how he does it.
It hurts just watching him.
He is so flexible and such a smart goaltender and puts such a passion into the game. Nanticoke to Stotts, just misses the far side. Comes back to them. Now Nanticoke runs into 3 blue jerseys, still trying to get a shot off. Here come the U.S. the other way. It's a 3-on-2 with Resetaris coming off the bench. And he is indicating to Manny just shovel it back to Stewart. Now he's directing traffic. Boy, he's got 9 points on 9 goals, and he's being a traffic cop out there.
And we'll look towards the goaltender, see when Abrams gets the call. Still a little too early to send him.
Yeah, next shift, next possession, they might pull him. It is the long run to the bench, which makes it tricky.
And a great defensive stand there. The Americans just ran out of time and space. 30-second turnover. And this is a must stop for the Americans. They need the ball back quickly.
Hogarth in no rush. Now he will fire it down to Bomberry. Brendan Bomberry, that is. Stotts behind the back. Oh, Koa Abrams didn't look like he realized it was coming, but he made the stop. Now he's peering down through traffic, ducking to see where the ball is. Who's got it? It's the U.S., and that's a penalty. Tim Edwards was run over by Heine Thompson. The holding call. The U.S. with 2:28 to go won't have to pull the goalie to get an extra man at this point.
This is what they needed, a chance to set up on the power play. This is how you win games. Battling for loose balls. Sticks everywhere flying. That ball was laying on the turf, and Stewart able to come away with it out of the pile, and it gets dragged down from behind. Team USA 2 goals away from tying it. They're going to go to a late power play. Look for Reza Terrence to be the trigger man again.
I think the problem for Heine Thompson was he actually got the left hand off the stick, kind of tugging on the shoulder, and then as he released that, he was kind of wrapping the other arm around. It was just kind of a cumulative hold. Reza Terrence is down in the crease, goes up to Emila. Thorpe to McCardle. Now Reza Terrence shooter spot. McCardle, Reza Terrence shoots, saved by the leg or the foot of Hill. Tyson Bomberry has it. He's going
close.
for a run. Throws it to the man off the bench who's going to replace him and hustles to the bench. Heads up play by Bomberry to make a right turn as he passed the ball to Jackson and get off in time. Here's Stotts. The drumming has picked up. The intensity has picked up. We're a minute 47 from the end of this regulation time. Stotts watched by Manny. Not a ton of pressure by the U.S., but they knocked down the pass by White, and the shot clock will expire. They say that Jackson went through the crease. Doesn't matter. There's only a second left on the 30 anyway.
Here we go.
McCardle to Reardon. Goa Abrams is staying put as they are on the power play still for a minute. Reza Terrence surveying, goes to McCardle. Rips it, it's high and wide. Comes back to him. On the crease, Emila! What a pass! McCardle right in tight and just almost from right beside his ear shovels that pass over to Emila, who rips it home.
Yeah, he fired a shot wide, takes the ricochet off the end boards. Everybody, including Hill, thought he was going to shoot it right here. He says, nope, you take it, Emila. And it was a great choice, and he buries his first of the game and puts the Americans to within one. Still a minute and 11 seconds to go. Big face-off coming up here between Baptiste and Thompson, but that's exactly what they needed. They're one shot away from tying this thing up.
And you're really seeing the depth that the U.S. program is building with Davey Emila, who, again, wasn't on the roster when Tom Schreiber went down. He was added as a late player added to the roster. You don't have to have the rosters until the day before the tournament. Big battle for the face-off. It's grabbed by Downing. Timeout? Yes, the U.S. gets a timeout. Iroquois are saying they didn't have possession. Downing had reached out, grabbed it in one hand in the stick, and it came out pretty quickly, but the U.S., as soon as it was in the head of his stick, they were yelling for a timeout. But, Emila comes in for Schreiber. Adam Osika, who's had a very strong tournament, was a sub in for Ethan O'Connor, who was injured.
Yeah, and he's stepping up in a big moment on the power play, getting his first of the tournament. McCardle with another point. That's the first goal that Reza Terrence won't be in on. But he'll be out there now with the goaltender pulled, just over a minute to go. Shots are now 50-41 for Team USA. They got the drawing board out. Both the D and the O talking to their respective coaches.
Yeah, that's interesting that the D are just as animated in their discussions, want to be ready for what they're going to do if the ball is turned back over. It'll be Reza Terrence, Kelly, and Radzewicz, the righties. So no Emila, even though he just scored. Reardon, McCardle. Oh, Abrams is going back to the net. I was with you when he went to the bench. I thought he was staying there.
I saw Brett Manny call him, specifically said, hey, get over here. So it looked like he was going to stay there, but
Tyson Bomberry, Jeremy Thompson, Brandon Goodwin, Kaysen Tarbell, and Adam Bomberry, the defenders. McCardle rips it just wide. It's on the back of the net. It comes out. Bomberry goes after it. Reardon's in. Oh, Bomberry, great job to escape there. Hands it off to Goodwin. Now the U.S. is going to, I would think, have to pull Abrams if they can get the ball back. Jackson, 18 on the shot clock. 19 more than that on the game clock. And the U.S. are kind of hanging back. Not sure if fatigue's a factor or if they're just thinking, we'll just try to not let them get a good scoring chance and have one more chance. That's off the crossbar by Jackson. That was a good chance. Abrams is heading to the bench.
And we get
What's the call?
Stoppage. I think it might be a clock issue. Abrams was on his way to the bench, and one official is pointing up at the clock. So there's 17.7 on there. Now they add a few more up to 22. So they add 5 seconds onto the clock. Americans are okay with that. Randy Stotts is not happy, but this is what it's going to come down to. The goaltender will be at the bench this time.
And that time is helpful for the U.S. because it's not a situation like the end of a period where you're going to wait necessarily till the last second or two. You shoot when there's an opportunity, a good chance to shoot, and hope you get a rebound. Who cares if you give up an empty net goal? You have to get the goal or it's over anyway. 11-10, the U.S. trying to continue having a chance at an historic win. And Connor Busick is going to start with the ball, and Abrams is at the bench. If he bobbles it, he gets it back. My goodness, that was a momentary concern. Busick shoots, saved by Hill.
Got the empty net. He's going for it. It's going to go wide, but that's going to do it, it looks like.
Kaysen Tarbell will flick it into the empty net. It counts. I'm not sure why that was the shot that they took, and I'm not really sure why Warren Hill, I guess he was just thinking, get it out of our end, and they won't have time to get back down, so that makes sense. What a finish. What a game. Kaysen Tarbell will put the icing on it. And you can see it's in with 0.3 of a second left to make it 12-10. Iroquois Nationals, but what a game by the U.S. as well.
Yeah, give them full credit. They're short-handed, so is Iroquois, but in the end, it's the experience and the talent. And the great goaltending of Hill, bouncing back after a tough start, coming away with a victory. They remain perfect against the Americans all time at the WILC. They are now 6-0 and are now 2-0 this tournament. Team USA drops to 1-2. And the Americans will have one game left against England on the 23rd. They'll get tomorrow off. Meanwhile, Iroquois will host, or I shouldn't say host, they'll be back here at the Arena Bowl tomorrow against England at 7:30.
Great game to wrap up the day here at the World Indoor Lacrosse Championships at the Langley Events Center. For Brandon Astle, I am Steven Stamp, and on behalf of the rest of the crew here at Langley, thanks so much for being with us. Remember, you can watch all the games on Elect Sports Network and tsfetv.ca. And make sure you join us. It's only going to get more exciting as the tournament goes on. That'll do it for today. Thanks for being with us. We'll see you tomorrow.